let the interview begin.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the For Love and Nerds podcast. I'm here with Matthew Spraggins. Hi, Matt. Thanks for being here.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Couldn't be better. Could not be better. You can call me Maddie, by the way. I go by Maddie. My show is Magical Maddie, so I just like Maddie.
Okay, that's perfect. Right. So obviously, as you said, you do magic and the magic shows. So what attracted you to a career of that?
You know, I went to design school and I graduated with a degree in illustration, and I never really used the illustration part. I kind of went graphic design, and years later, I still regretted not ever going illustration. And I know you guys are thinking illustration, magic, how does that? Well, years later, like I said, I regretted going illustration, and I heard somebody say somewhere, as long as you're doing something that you love somewhere in your life, then you should be happy and fulfilled. It doesn't have to be your career, but as long as you're doing it, you know, even as a hobby or on the weekends, sometime somewhere fit it into your life and you'll be more fulfilled. So I started thinking about that, and I said, yeah, you know, I really do miss the art. And so maybe I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I liked drawing people. And so I said, maybe I could draw caricatures. You know, I like caricatures. They're kind of fun. Maybe I could do something like that and do that on the weekends at fairs and festivals. And so I practiced for about a year doing caricatures and started doing fairs and festivals. And eventually I realized agents and people will be willing to hire me to go to birthday parties and stuff and family reunions and stuff. And so I stopped the fairs and festivals and started doing birthday parties. And while I was at the birthday parties, I started seeing balloon twisters and face painters and people doing costume characters and magicians. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I asked a few of them, I said, how much do you make an hour? And they told me, and it was almost exactly what I was doing with caricatures. And I said, well, how long have you been doing it? You know, how long did it take you to learn this or that skill, the balloon twisting or the face painting? Oh, not very long. It's pretty easy. And I started thinking about it, because the more parties I went to, the more I started seeing these balloon twisters, face painters, magicians. I said, you know what? I can do that. I think I would enjoy doing that. And so I started learning balloon twisting and face painting, and I started actually doing more birthday parties. In fact, one day I got so upset with my graphic design job, I got up and I walked off the job and said, I quit. Oh. The next day I started doing birthday parties as a face painter and a balloon twister full time. And I started immediately that same week making more money than I was sitting on a chair doing graphics and stuff. And I quickly learned everybody now wanted me to do a clown character. Do you do a clown character? Do you do a clown character? Can you dress up like a clown for my kid's party? And it's a long story. I'm so sorry about that.
That's fine.
But yeah, I think I could do a clown. And so I started learning clowning. And right after I really got comfortable in clown, somebody said, well, you know, now that you do clowning, you're going to have to learn magic. And I said, why? And they said, well, everybody expects clowns to do magic and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, this is just getting to be too much.
Yeah.
And I talked with my wife at the time, and she goes, yeah, that's just too much. You're doing way too much already. And I said, well, if I'm going to make it doing this for a career, maybe I do. And so I started dabbling, and I put a little show together, not magic. Yeah. Just a little show, a little here, a little there, funny bits and stuff, and some magic in there. And then sure enough, the magic kind of clicked. It stuck with me, and I really like the magic. That being said, there's lots of different styles of magic, and I just love entertaining kids at their birthday parties and that sort of thing. Very informal magic is what I like to say. But and I've since gone on to do fairs and festivals, met more magicians, and tightened up my routine and done more shows. And so now I have a pirate show, a Christmas elf show, a Santa Claus show, a clown show, and then my Magical Maddie show. And I do them for daycares and birthday parties and stuff.
Nice. That's awesome. You're clearly very busy.
Oh, yeah. I stay pretty busy. Yeah. I tell you what, if I get one job every day, and it's only a 1 hour gig. If I have 1 hour job every day and people are like, 1 hour, that's it. Oh, after a while, after a whole week or two of that, you're like, oh, this is like a real job. I don't like this anymore.
Yes, exactly. So where do you plan on taking this down the road?
Well, that's a great question because I just finished one kid's book, and the kid's book is about my clown character.
Oh, cool.
I think since I started clowning, if I could do anything, it would be clowning. Yeah, clowning, doing magic shows or balloon twisting, full time. There's no doubt about it. That being a real clown just brings out your inner personality.
Yeah.
And to see people smile and bring joy to people, that nothing is better in life. So I'm trying to brand my clown character. Matty McFun is his name.
Oh.
And I'm trying to do like a little YouTube show. I got a book. I just like to try to do more of that and move forward and just kind of market him and brand him a little bit better. So
Nice.
that's what I'm
awesome.
hoping to do anyway.
Nice.
We'll yeah.
And what would you say are some of your more personal or biggest accomplishments in this field up to this point?
I would say how quickly I picked it up.
All right, cool. Yeah.
With I keep coming back to clowning. I know, but clowning got me into magic, and clowning is a group of people that I still hang out with a lot. When I first started clowning, when you're a clown, you belong to these groups called clown alleys, and so I got involved in several clown alleys, and I noticed a lot of the clown alleys, the people were much older, have been clowning a lot longer, but their knowledge just not there.
Right.
And when I came into magic, when I came into clowning, man, I just books and any videos I can find, going to camps and conventions, you name it, and just man, my knowledge just and not just my knowledge, but my presentation and how I can put a show together and all that just surpassed everybody around me. Not everybody, but a lot of the people who were immediately around me. And so I would have to say, well, now I'm actually trying to teach them how to put a show together,
Yeah.
how to get reactions from kids, that sort of a thing. And so I don't know, I just pick up on things easier than a lot of people, I guess. And a lot of people just kind of want me to then help them. So I hope that
I get
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
not trying
that.
to brag or anything. Just really, yeah.
No, well, you
Sorry
need
about the
people.
noise.
That's fine. So I gather with nearly not nearly being Christmas, but gearing up towards Christmas, have you got your Elf and Santa shows in the works? I gather.
Yeah.
And how long do
I
they
do the
take?
balloon twisting, and how long do they take?
Yeah, the Elf and Santa ones.
You mean the show itself?
Yeah.
Most of my shows are geared right at 30 minutes. If it's just a show, it's about 45 minutes.
Right.
Usually most of the shows that I'm hired to do for birthday parties and special events are hired as a package. I'll do a balloon twisting and a magic show. And that's usually 1 hour here, a 30-minute magic show and 30 minutes of balloon twisting.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I do a lot more balloon twisting than I do magic. But I say maybe it's 50-50. But most of the jobs I go to are a magic show followed by balloon twisting. So
Nice. That's cool.
Kind of.
So aside from all this, is there anything else you're interested in pursuing, or is this your main and sole focus?
Right now, this is my main focus. I think right now, when you come in to this type of career, you don't charge quite as much as a lot of the other people who've been doing it a long time. You don't have the experience yet. You don't have the skill set yet. And then as you develop the skill set and the knowledge and the experience, you gradually raise your prices.
Yeah.
And then I'm at the point now where I'm still raising my rates to get to where I feel like I really need to be or want to be. And also how I present myself to be a more professional. What's that next level? It's always what's the next level? What is my next level? Where can I go to? How can I get there to make my show better, my costume better, my overall presentation better, my value, my perceived value better? So what's the next? That's what we're trying to figure out now. I'm starting to maybe merge into adult magic rather than just kids magic.
Oh, cool.
And that's kind of where I'm going now, but I don't want to, I love working with children. So there's so much fun and the joy that they smiles and everything. It's just great. So, but I think there's more money in adults.
Yeah, well, they can fork out more money, I suppose. Maybe.
Yeah.
So what are some of the best things about working with kids or your job in general?
It's just stuff they've not seen before. It's just, I don't know, just the idea for me that I'm going to some 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah.
And it's a big hoopla. And I just want them to look back when they're 30 or 40 years old and go, I remember my 6-year-old birthday party and how much fun that was. And we had a clown there or a magician there and he did balloons. And oh my gosh, that was just so much fun. I just want to make a reaction and do something where those kids can remember and look back on their life and have a joyful moment.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
that really is it. Every time I go to any event, I'm like, okay, Lord, this is yours, you know, let's give them something to remember and make them smile.
Yeah.
And that's really it. So.
Yeah, well, that's the most important thing, isn't it, about doing these events?
Yeah.
So
it really is. I mean,
yeah.
Bring joy and entertainment to people.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not about me, it's about them and seeing them smile. That's what it's all about. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. So who were some of your inspirations for magic growing up, if you had any?
You know, believe it or not, I do not have a magic background at all.
Oh,
and
okay.
I guess you can kind of tell history coming in where I was doing more art than magic. To me, and I'm trying to get out of this, magic it's not an interest per se. It's just a tool. I just see myself as an entertainer.
Right.
And I use magic and certain elements of magic and some tricks to bring joy to others. It's just another tool that I use in a whole bag of bits just to make people smile.
Right.
I don't consider myself a magician, even though my name is Magical Matty and I have magic shows and I do all these great, you know, shows all around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I consider myself an entertainer more than a magician. And yeah, it's slowly starting to change because I'm talking to more magicians who see themselves as magicians.
Yeah.
And they take it very seriously. You know, they don't like people using magic to clown up and make a joke out of it and sort of a thing. They're serious. They're really serious. And especially when it comes to adult magic. So I'm learning to respect all types of magic and different levels, skill levels. And I'm not sure exactly where I'm going with it all. I have no idea. We just see what each day takes, you know, where each day takes me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it right now it's just a journey and I'm enjoying the trip. So
awesome. That's the most important thing, isn't it? You just need to enjoy it before anything.
Yeah. I don't think there's a better job in the world than smile.
No, exactly. I agree. Yeah. I just want to finish on one final question, and that's obviously we'll discuss what you want to do in the future, but what are some of your main goals you'd like to tick off in general? I know obviously you said you want to get your book off the ground and do more stuff like that, but what else is in the works for you?
What else is in the works for me? Like I said, it's just tightening up my show, going to the next level, whatever that might be, and branding myself better. Even if that just simply means I rank higher on Google, I'd be happier with that.
Fair enough.
Just wherever I just want to tighten everything up with my business and really brand myself well. And I think that's where I want to go with it right now. I'm not getting burnt out by any means. I'm really having fun with it. And so I'm going to continue to do that. So,
awesome. That's the best. That's the best way to be. That's on.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Matty, I should say. Thanks for the talk.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, man. And thanks for your patience with me getting this thing all set up here. So.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate you giving up, 15, 20 minutes of your time. It means a lot. So thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Adam, man. I'll talk
all
to
the
you
best.
soon, buddy.
Bye.
All right, you too.